Sabadi.
Today, I am going to be sharing with you guys my Australian Idol experience while filming a Get Ready With Me, like my go-to everyday makeup.
This is the palette I'm using. I got this as a gift. I'm just gonna use my hands. Oz Idol, I have attempted and auditioned 2 times.
You have to find a way to stand out.
You know, you smell beautiful.
So the first year was on Zoom twice because it was during the ending of COVID, so we weren't allowed to have a face-to-face in-person audition. The second year, which was last year, I actually got to go in and audition face-to-face with the judges. And boy, was that an experience. 2022 and 2023, I auditioned with very similar song choices on the Zoom audition. I think it was Love on the Brain by Rihanna, Bleeding Love by Leonie Lewis, and at one point a Sam Smith song. So last year I made it through 1 round of virtual FaceTime audition, singing to the same people, and if the lady on there was all, "We've met before," I was like, "Yeah, I remember." And I sang the same song that I sang last year, and I got an email saying that I made it through to go into the studio, the cricket arena, and sing for the Australian Idol judges. The song that they chose for me out of my list, Fancy by Iggy Azalea. I do have a rapper side, but I'm more a singer, and I kind of want to show my full potential of singing. So I asked them, can I do any other song by any chance? And they asked for like a demo recording. The Stay by this a Rihanna song was, they might accept a Rihanna song if I sent a demo recording. I sent it to them, then they accepted it. Honestly, looking back, I should have just sung the Rihanna song. Before we dive more into word vomit about Australian Idol, let's discuss what got me into singing. Ever since I turned to 12 and started high school, I decided that I wanted to get into the arts. I wanted to be an actress, I wanted to be a singer, I wanted to go to Hollywood, I wanted to be a star. You know, it's a typical little kid that's just fantasizing, thinking of things that they want to be when they grow up. Looking back, I don't really want to be an actor as much as I did back then, but I guess it did fuel what I still do today. Like for example, I am a wannabe TikToker. I do it because I enjoy it. Plan A, a realistic career, a realistic day job. Plan B is my lifelong dream. Plan B, making music, to sing and tell the world my story through song. I'm not gonna brag or anything. I'm not that great at singing. I'm not that talented. I'm no Beyonce, Mariah Carey, but like, you know what? Just keep practicing, keep telling yourself that. Fake it till you make it until it's a reality. Ever since a young age, basically my whole life, I've always been a really quiet, introverted, odd and avoidant kid. And as soon as I started high school, then I started like singing in my room, in my parents' room, in front of my girlfriends at school. And I thought, you know what? I want to become a pop star. I want to be a singer. I want to be a star. I want to be a musician. I want to make music. I want to be on a big stage. With these talent shows, I've been told to have to think about what I would tell the judges, the audience, how I would want to stand out, what got me into singing, and why I want this so bad. And looking back, I think that the reason why I've been singing for this long and held on to this dream for so long was because singing was how I found a sense of confidence in myself, an alter ego, and that alter ego would become Miss Natalie Moon. I also see it as a sense of escapism, self-expression, to get away from high school, to get away from whatever I was going through back then, and to look forward to something big. And with that came a passion and a love for music and a dream. Will always be my dream. So yes, singing was how I found a sense of confidence and an alter ego in myself, was how I found escapism, self-expression, and a dream, which then led to passion and love for music. I'm still that girl. I am still that quiet, introverted, awkward little girl. That Miss Natalie Moon is the alter ego. It's the best version of myself. And I reckon as people deep down, we will have a vision of the best version of ourselves that we want to achieve. Okay, months before the audition, the producer kept messaging me and asking like, what's a good time that we can have a talk, that I can reach out to you and get to know you. And when I finally got on the phone with him, personally, I'm terrified of phone calls with strangers. So for me, this is basically like a fucking social workout. And they would ask you over and over again, what about you will make you stand out? What will the judges remember most about you that will set you aside from everyone else? And I was like, you know what? Since I'm doing the song Fancy by Iggy Azalea, I am going to shake some non-existent ass. Do a twerk slash a slut drop. I reckon that will set me aside from everyone else. The producer was like, that's great. Like some dance moves. A lot of people just stand there. Yeah. And I told him as a person, I'm a very shy person and introverted and withdrawn when I first meet someone, but when I'm comfortable, then I can be outgoing, confident, the best version of myself. And the producers was like, you do know the judges are going to just watch you for like 5 minutes and you need to show them on the spot what you're capable of. Also, to be an idol, to be a singer, to be a celebrity, you need a confident personality. And those words really stuck with me all the way to the audition and really made me second guess myself. Like, can I really do a job like this? Constant talking, people skills, confidence, socializing. Like, have I lied to myself for this long? Like, this delusion that I could be. Just like Rihanna always says, fake it till you make it. Pretend. Don't let them see you sweat. And that's every singer, every actor on the inside about to crap themselves. But they've learned to wear a mask. They've learned to wear a mask as a job. If you put your mind to something, if you work hard enough, you will get there. I was probably at a loss for words and stuttering at some points or being awkward, and the producer told me, Natalie, what did he say again? I'm losing ya. Like, he can tell that I am not a talker and I am a bit awkward. And producers look at that and they think, she does not have the people skills for this. She does not have the people skills to be a star. And it's something that played over and over again in my head on the audition.
Can a girl like me pursue something like this?
Make this a reality, as if I'm ever gonna get that far. Nowadays, we can be our own producers. There's YouTube, there's internet, there's Facebook, there's TikTok. We can record our own content, our own music, our own little skits and shows, and edit it to our heart's content. We these days we don't need people to do it for us. Practice mindfulness. Practice. Okay, fast forward. People that came with me were my mum, my auntie, and my uncle. And my uncle drove us all the way to the city, and I booked a hotel close to the area and stayed there overnight. I had to wake up at and arrive there around 7 a.m. And boy, did we realize what a freaking tiring, tedious job showbiz really is. The producer asked for clips, videos of us making our way to the venue and what we do for a living, for fun, who we are as individuals. There was a long line. 2 talk show people came out, former contestants, all glammed up, confident, ready for showbiz with a remote and everything. And then the crew will come out and start waving and asking us to put our hands up, cheering, going woo! And then as the camera came out, and one of the ladies will, we do all this over 10 times and then it's only on TV for 7 seconds. I'm like, yep, seen that happen before, seen that happen. My mum thought it would be like the X Factor, we go in as an audience and sit down and watch a show and watch all the auditions, but no, it's not a show. You gotta sit down, you gotta wait and then go in for your turn because it is not live. There is no official audience. It's a room with you and the judges, and my mum regretted going so bad. I thought my audition would have been in early in the morning because it said 7 a.m. but no, they were false advertising. I was there all freaking day. Kind of traumatic in a way. They bonded and felt like I made 2 friends, one Cambodian boy and a blonde girl in a red dress. We were technically the last 3 people at freaking 7-8 p.m. Half a day before that, they would call us out and we would stand in front of a camera and they tell us to pose and they take all these shots, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling it. I feel like when posed, pop star, walking up and down the stairs, camera following you, and I was like, oh my god, I'm living my dream. They called us out individually and we would have an interview and the lady would ask, what made you want to audition for Idol? What made you want to audition for Idol? Which judge are you the most excited to see and why not? Tell me about yourself. How long have you been singing? All the typical. Tinted moisturizer by Fenty. The time I forgot to put makeup in this area, but who's gonna notice? Okay, so me and the friend I made were finally called to come in. Finally, after waiting there all day. My makeup was already melting off. We were all so tired, so bored. We just wanted to go home. We followed the lady up the elevator and we had our clothes steamed. And I know, I guess it looks better for television or something. It looks better, it looks brighter, it looks crispier for television. Since we're filming this, let's go. Yeah, sorry, I just did it again. My mom says I need to stop making ugly faces. I need to stop making ugly faces in videos that I post and talk normally. I'm talking normally. I'm trying to be expressive and not be boring, you know what I mean? Because I'm really not be boring, you know what I mean? Because I'm a really expressionless and monotone speaker. I'm really Fenty contour. Less is more. A little bit on my nose. Anyways, it was finally my turn to come up. I was basically second last to be caught. I was the second last at the end of the day to come out and show the judges what I got. By the way, the judges consisted of Kyle, the Australian talk show / radio host, and what's her name? This American singer. consisted of Marsha Hines, Kyle, and Amy Shark. Walking in onto that stage was one of the most nerve-wracking moments of my life. Oh my god, my heart rate was going up. I was going to freaking faint. At the same time, I'm feeling really boss. Like Katy Perry emerging from a stage, about to, you know, that boss feeling. I'm walking onto the stage, holding my microphone, a little little mic attached in my top. My hands were freaking shaking. I walked onto the stage, and as expected, the 3 judges sat there behind the idol desk. This really white room, stand on the idol circle and perform. That was a stuttering mess. I'm going to be singing Fancy by Iggy Azalea, and Kyle was all, I love that song. One of the workers told me Kyle plays that song all the time. Performed the rap Fancy for the judges. I shortened it to just the intro, the verse, and I think the bridge. We skipped around the room, mustering as much confidence as I could, and then I did my little dance, thinking that it would stand out. One of the judges, Kyle, he asked, "Can you teach me how to slut drop?" And he got up and walked towards me, and this happened.
What do you mean, no? You don't twerk.
I don't twerk.
Of course, I was a mess. So Kyle looked straight at Marsha Hines, who's Black American, and asked her, "Did you know how to twerk?" She was like, "No." Word for word, Marsha Hines told me, "You have a very nice rapper voice, but it was very Iggy Azalea. We don't want Iggy Azalea. We want Natalie Moon. You're on your way." And I was like, "Thank you." She's American and Australian. What? The third judge, Amy Shark, she didn't have much to say. She didn't even crack a smile. I was prepared for trial and error. I knew this could have been one of the outcomes. I was prepared for trial and error, for rejection, but I never knew. But I did not see this coming. That the rejection, the disappointment that dropped on me like a ton of bricks. On the way out, I held back this feeling and tried to look like it didn't affect me, try to hold a neutral expression. The camera lady put the camera in front of my face and told me to look here, but for some reason I kept looking elsewhere. She's like, "Look here." And she asked, what did I think about what Marsha Hines had to say? Can I explain the expression on my face? There's a lot of emotion on your face right now. Can you tell us what you're feeling? And I said something about trial and error, falling down, getting back up, part of the journey. It happens to the best of us. And the amount of camera that was in my face, throwing questions at me, I was a mess. I was a mess. The girl picked up on it instantly and told me, "Can you say," and tried to restructure my sentences for me. I held back tears and cried on the way home, and then in the comfort of my own room. And I had all these family messengers. I had all these family members messaging me, just let it go. You can always audition. You can always try again next year. I did not expect all this emotion to hit me that intensely. You know, a month or two back before the audition, Idol's psychologist called me up, and she told me, hey, I saw on your profile you wrote somewhere that about about having an anxiety disorder, and I wanted to call and check up on you and ask if everything's okay. And she told me things like, you do know you don't have to audition. One way to overcoming fear, overcoming anxiety, is exposure. She also told me, even if you don't make it, even if you don't get any yeses, it's not the end of the world. It's not life or death. It's just a TV show. And she would repeat that over and over again. And those words, they did help a little bit. I walked in prepared. I was prepared for failure, prepared for making it onto the next level, or failure. I'm like, you know what? Or failure, and it will be fine. I don't care. It's just a show. That's pretty much my Australian Idol audition experience in front of the judges for the first time. And I almost forgot to mention, I got an email saying saying my audition is not going to be aired, saying that my audition is not going to be aired on television, so that it saves them time from overload of editing all the auditions, and that it's not about your talent that has anything to do with it. Whatever. Trial and error. It's fine. I was featured on the show for like less than 7 seconds or less. Here's me. Saves me the embarrassment. I'm determined to try at least one more time. This is probably gonna be my last attempt, because I'm so done with Australian Idol. No expectations, no high hopes, just for fun, for the exposure. And I messaged the friend I made, the Cambodian boy, how he went, and he sent me a voice memo. See you on The Voice! That boy is so excited for The Voice. Yeah, Idol, I would attempt at least just one more time. Last time. Then after that, it's The Voice or X Factor, baby. Anyways, thank you for watching. You're watching Natalie Moon, and on behalf of the moon, I will triumph over evil, and that means you. And for all the dreamers, if you're a dreamer like me, keep hustling. Turn those dreams into a reality, even if it's just a plan B, because you are capable of so many things that you don't even know that you can achieve. Hasta la vista. Remember to leave a like and hit the subscribe button.